where most investors, and I would say all business owners, get stuck is that you're the decision maker, you're the backup plan, and everything routes through you. So if you're not actively working, your business isn't working. So we're going to talk about a better way, a system that worked for me and I think would work for you. And like I said at the beginning, for our people who want to flip, for our people who are real estate agents, this isn't just about remote landlording. Yes, this will work to be a remote landlord, and it's about building a business that doesn't depend on you so that it's really scalable. So these super simple 3 layers of this rental business or whatever business you want. The first, tasks. What needs to get done? Systems. That is where you keep the tasks to make sure they get done. And then people are the one who's running the systems and doing the tasks. If you can build out these 3 pieces, then you can have this amazing business that doesn't depend on you. Now, of course, if you're like, oh my gosh, I have none of this, that's normal. Initially, your business does live in your head. That's where everybody starts, and that's okay. That isn't a limit or a reason you cannot do this. But we're going to work on how to get it on paper. I'm going to walk you through what that could look like so that you can walk away with something you can implement like right after this conference, okay? And why are we going to do this, right? Because whenever we get out of our comfort zone and do something new, what does our mind tell us? Does it like say, yeah, wow, we want to learn new stuff. We want to do hard things. No, it starts to think about everything that can go wrong, right? It starts to think of all these things that keep us safe where we are. So I need to give you some really big motivation to do something new, right? So we're going to do new things because we're going to have fewer missed steps. If you're a realtor and you care about your clients and you want to do a great job, won't you be a better realtor if you never miss anything or forget something? Or as an investor, if you can have faster execution, right? Like we had people, private lending, talking about how quickly they could fund deals. Well, this system allows it to happen and for you to do faster execution, whatever your investing or business is. Less decision fatigue, like we don't have to make the same decision again and again. And I think we can all appreciate that. And then of course, like I've said multiple times here, my focus is that you're going to build a scalable business, something that can continue to grow beyond just the number of hours you are working in a day. So what's the start of this? Well, the start, like I said, was tasks. So you would start with thinking of, here are all the tasks I do to run my remote landlording business or whatever your business is. And the first step is to identify, hey, here's something that I do a lot. Here's a task that's in my business that I repeat. I'm going to identify that this is a task. Maybe it's replying to the same initial email from clients. Maybe it's replying to those, if you guys have long-term rentals and you post them on Facebook Marketplace, maybe it's how we reply to that, is this still available message that you get constantly, right? Whatever that is, you're going to identify tasks that you do repeatedly. It could be daily. It could be all the way up to something you do once a year. If you're doing this yourself, which I find is often the case, right? You as an entrepreneur, as an investor are doing all these things yourself. You're going to record the next time you do it. And it's super simple because 99% of our lives is on the computer now, right? So who's ever done a video call on their computer? Zoom, Google Meet, something like that? You can have that call by yourself, guys. You can be in Google Meet or Zoom, or you could use Loom and you can be in that room all by yourself and you share your screen and you click record. And now you're making a video that's a how-to for doing this task. It's, hey, I go on to this state website to renew my LLC. I click here. This is where I enter, and this is the information I grab from Google Drive, whatever it is, okay? And you just record how you do it. And then you now have something that can be made into an SOP or a procedure. And guys, when I first did this, AI was not helping. Now you have AI. You can have a transcript of that video, pop it into whatever your favorite tool is, Claude, ChatGPT, and it can write the procedure for you. All right, guys? Or even better, you just give the video and the transcript to your virtual assistant and they do all of that. And then you repeat with your next task. Okay. So this is the first step of getting those tasks out of your brain and off of your plate is the next time you do it, you just record how you do it with one of those tools that you guys are already familiar with. Now that's the first step, but tasks alone aren't going to scale. If you just did this, you'd have some great SOPs that would at least help you do these better in the future, but it's not going to be everything, right? It's one of a 3-legged stool. So keep in mind that if it's not in a system, it's still relying on your memory, which means it's still relying on you, right? So even if you have that procedure for renewing your LLC, if you don't have a system that reminds you or someone else to do that LLC renewal every year, you're a step there, but you're not all the way there. And so we're going to talk about how can we get it out of your memory so that it isn't a me thing, but instead somewhere where someone else could do it. And that solution is a system. The second piece. Now, for a system, I typically recommend a project or task management system that you're going to have online. I love Monday.com. Like, I feel like they should pay me for all the recommendations I give for them. But here's some other ones that are great too. And the truth is, whatever tool is best is really what's best for you. All right. Your preferences and things like that, and whichever one you're going to use. But a project management system or a task management system, those are the two names that they go by. And what does a system do? Well, it's where your task lives, and it's when it happens and how it's done. So it gives structure and clarity to all your business operations. So if we were to take the same tasks that we've been talking about, that annual LLC registration for one, that is going to be a task in my system. Renew my LLCs, right? And maybe you have LLCs in different states. You can have like renew my Virginia LLCs, renew the Wyoming LLCs, whatever the case may be. And it has a due date. So you know that you have to renew these on April 1st every year. You put that due date in and you can put a person responsible. So maybe it's you at first, maybe eventually it's an assistant, and you can task it to them and they get reminders. And within that task in that system, you can link to that SOP that was made from the video. And now it can happen whether you are doing it on April 1st or not, right? Because someone else can be assigned in this system. Someone else can see that procedure.